I'm pleased to get the win against a strong Wake Forest team. I think they pose some interesting challenges for us. They have a lot of, quite frankly, physical players at the net, and so they made a few errors in that last set. But until then, we really, even though we were pretty dominant in the score of the set, I thought we had to really kind of grind it out of them in some long rallies. They weren't giving up a lot of cheap kills defensively. We did get, I think 9 aces, so we got some easy ones on, in serve and pass. But I think that's because it was one of our stronger serving games. I just really thought our float servers were serving the ball flat and really clean, and so we feel good about the win, and also just want to congratulate this young woman under 1,000 collegiate dig.
What? Emery, nice. Congrats, dude. It's crazy.
Olivia and Emery, I just gotta ask, you guys had a really big reaction to Kiana Din's ace today. Can you just talk about what it was to see her go in and then get that?
I mean, I think it's always awesome, somebody coming off the bench, especially late in the third set, being ready, and she came out there, and like Fish was saying, I think everybody was serving great tonight, so that was awesome for Kiki to come in and get an ace too.
I agree. I mean, we put her in at an important moment, and gave her an opportunity to finish off the set, and I feel like she really capitalized on that and did well. So it was very fun to see, and I'm really proud.
Yeah, you made changes to your starting seven today. You had Emery, Libero, and Abby at the blocker. What went into those changes, and how do you think those two did today?
Both really good. With Bree being out, it's a good chance for both Dahlia and Abby to get some quality minutes. And so I thought on the weekend they both took advantage of their opportunities. In terms of, libero, earlier in the year we had some cases where we were trying different liberos, quite frankly, based on maybe someone not having the best passing game, and now we're kind of in the opposite, where we're rotating different players out there. Whoever we put out has a great game, so it's a good problem for us to have, and that they're really in that position, I think, pushing each other to be great. And so I feel really good about Emery's performance tonight, and so we'll go battle it out this week and be ready for next week.
Olivia, it feels like Marina gets better every single game she's played. What have you seen from her, especially since she started in the starting lineup?
I mean, I definitely have to agree with that statement. Me and Bree talk about it often. I feel like just seeing her become more confident every single time she steps on the court and just taking charge. It's very clear that she wants to be set, she wants to be served, and she wants them to hit at her so she can dig the ball. I just feel like that mindset is obviously what's helping her progress at such a quick rate. And yeah, just full trust in her. Obviously, the more confidence she has, the more confidence we have in her. So just both of those things improving each match is, I think, what's helping. And she's also streaking really well in practice. So yeah, she's definitely getting better every day, and it's really fun to see. So she's a really good court presence.
Olivia, how would you assess your float serve, 2 months of the season? You're using it a lot more now than you obviously have previously. How would you assess your float serve?
I think it's pretty solid.
She's a really good float server.
Yeah, I think I have a pretty solid serve. We work on droppers a lot, and I feel like I'm finally finding a way for that to happen in game. I was struggling at first because I felt like I was hitting the ball really light, but it would float up and out. But I've improved, and now it floats in and drops. So I feel like just working on that every single day in practice is what's finding it, and I have a lot of confidence in it now. So it's really fun.
Emery, how did you know how close you were to 1,000, and what was it like when, did you even notice in the game when you got it, and what does that mean to you?
I mean, I had somewhat of an idea just because this being my 4th year playing, but honestly, I try not to think about any accolades. I'm just out there doing my best for my team and trying to get a dig every time so that we can turn it into a point. So no, I wasn't thinking about that during the game. Honestly, there was a few digs during the game that I wish I could get back, but I'm just out there every time trying to get it up for them.
Dan, what do you like when you bring on, Sophia and Haiti in that 6-2 rotation, especially in the third set? What do you like just having those off the bench just come on?
Yeah, well, the most obvious is how ready to go they were, and let me look. It just felt like Sophie killed every ball, but I guess that's not statistically true. But she looked really comfortable out there, and I think Haiti also has, really been aggressive with her feet to the ball. She's not coming in passive, and she's coming in to run the show. And we really do have a very good 6-2 option, which makes our block a little stronger. And so going into the tournament, I think that's a good option for us. But we have two good options because Olivia's obviously strong hitting from the back row. So.
Olivia, what does it say about your team that you're down 2 starters in Dagmar and Bree, but you guys are able to just, pretty much dominate both games this weekend with little to no drop-off no matter who was on the court?
Yeah, I think we talk about depth a lot, and it was very clear this weekend that we do have a lot of depth. I feel like with Bree and Dagmar not practicing, it has forced the other positions to step up, but obviously that also forces them to have more confidence. So I feel like going into this weekend, they knew that they were going to have an opportunity, and I think everyone was able to capitalize on it. So just seeing them take advantage of the opportunities really just gives more confidence for when these big matches come. They are someone who we can rely on, and I feel like that shows in practice too. So yeah, it's just the depth factor on our team in every position.
Emery, how has the competition at Libero pushed you to become a better player?
I mean, I think healthy competition is always a good thing, not only just with me and Mallory recently, but with Izzy too. At the beginning of the season, they're both phenomenal players. And so we're not only like trying to get the libero position, but we're also cheering whoever is in that position every single time. And then I think in practice too, it's just such a high level of play because we're all going for it.
Dan, missing your top blocker, but still had 7 digs today. I believe 7 on Friday too. Obviously, depth we talk about, but just what was it about everyone really pitching in, specifically on the block?
Yeah, we have a little bit of, probably a little bit of work to do with Brooke, because that's just been such a low priority for us. She does so many other things that we would like to work on her timing a little bit more, and that was a priority yesterday in practice. But it's, aside from her timing, we feel like we have a team that in all zones can block, and so, and we want to be forceful at the net as we enter the final part of the season.
Dan, you're halfway through the ACC slate so far. How would you assess how your team has done throughout these first 10 games?
Really well. It never feels, as a coach, it doesn't feel like that. Even like in my mind, we're like barely above 500 because we're always trying to get better and seeing areas that we can get 1 or 2% better here or there. But when we set out at the start of the year, we want to have a chance to win a national championship. We want to be in the hunt for an ACC championship. We want to be in the top 4 or 5 RPIs so we can host. And so we're in position to do all those. So I'm pleased with all those things.
Any last questions? Thank you.
Hail Pitt.
Thank you.